Hello and welcome to my Blender 2.5 beta tutorial. This is going to be a tutorial for beginners, so if you already know Blender, I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff that you already know, so you may want to skip this one. First thing you're going to want to do is download Blender, and you can do that at blender.org, and Blender is completely free. And just go here to blender.org, click on download. It's taking a long time today for some reason. Okay, here we go. And you're going to want to click on this right here, check this page, and that'll bring you to a page that'll show you, I'm not going to click on it now, but it'll show you, it'll basically look like this page here. It'll show you the different operating systems that it works on, and just click on the one for your operating system and go ahead and install it. And once you open up Blender, it'll look like this. And you're going to want to get rid of this splash screen here in the center, and you can do that just by clicking on it up here, not down here, because these are shortcuts to different stuff. I'm not going to get into that yet, but you can just click on the picture, or you can click outside of it. So I like to click on the picture. Okay, so this is what you'll see. We've got a default cube here. We've got this thing with the 3 colors on it that's called the widget. Translation widget, I believe. Transformation. Sorry, transformation widget. We've got the one that's on here right now is move. And you can move it on any of the axes by grabbing the different colors, and then if you click right here, you can change it to rotate, and if you click right here, you can change it to scale. And but we're not going to use that. I don't like to use it. So what we're going to do is just click on this button right here, and this will just get rid of it completely. And so that way it doesn't interfere with our workspace. So now we've got a default cube with an orange line around it. That means that it's selected. And then over here we've got the light. This will provide the lighting for when it's rendered. And over here we have the camera. This will be the point of view for when it's rendered. And first off, what you do to move around in the 3D viewport is you hold down your mouse wheel and you just move around like that. And if you want to zoom in, you scroll up. If you want to zoom out, you scroll down. And that's it, basically. And then there's a few shortcuts on your number pad. If you want to go to the front view, you hit 1 on your number pad. If you want to do the side view, you hit 3 on your number pad. It looks pretty much the same as front view because we're just looking at a cube, but trust me, it's different. And if you want to see the top view, you hit 7 on your number pad. And then just to get out of that, you can just move your scene around using the middle mouse button. So right now we're in what's known as object mode. It says object mode right here, and this allows us to manipulate different objects. We can manipulate the cube here, we can manipulate the light, we can manipulate the camera. And what I'm doing here is I'm right clicking. You don't want to left click, because left click will move this little thing here. That's your 3D cursor. And if that ever happens to you, just hit Shift and C, and that'll put your cursor back in the origin point, and it'll also center all your objects in the middle of the screen. So let's go ahead and select the cube. And we're going to what I did just there was I held down Shift while I was holding my middle mouse wheel, and that just moves it on a like a flat surface instead of on a 3D surface like this, if that makes sense. Okay, so you might be wondering how I manipulate things if I don't use the widget. Well, there are keyboard shortcuts for that, and I'm going to show you those right now. First one is grab. That allows you to move things, and you just hit G to grab, and you can move stuff around. And if you're in a transformation like this, and you want to get out, and you're like, I didn't want to move this around, you can just right click, or you can hit escape. They both do the same thing. And so that's grab. And if you want to limit your movement to one of the 3 axes, you can limit it by hitting G and then the axis that you want to limit it on. So like if I hit G, Y, that'll limit it to the Y axis, which is front to back. If I want to do the X axis, I do G, X. It's the X axis, which is side to side. And if I want to do the Z axis, I do G, Z, and that's the Z axis, which is up and down. And there are 2 more types of transformations. The next one is that I'm going to show you is rotate, and you get that by hitting R. And the default is to rotate around your viewport, from the perspective of your viewport. But if you want to rotate on the axes, you can do the same thing as you did with grab. Just go RY to rotate around the Y axis, RX to rotate on the X axis, and RZ to rotate on the Z axis. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is scale, and you do that by hitting S. And to scale, you hit S, and you can scale up and down by moving your mouse in and out like that. And you can limit the scale to the different axes by hitting SY for the Y axis, SX for the X axis, and SZ for the Z axis. And that's the basics for now. I will go over more in another tutorial, but this is going to be it for now, and I thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit, and I hope to see you next time.